Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome you here tonight to the Capitol High graduation for the class of 2017. This is the very first graduating class of Capitol High, and we couldn't be more proud of their accomplishments. We're especially grateful to the family and friends of our graduates, who we know have been their faithful champions from the day they entered kindergarten to this very moment tonight. Thank you, families. Thank you, friends, for supporting these young people. As the principal of Capitol High, I know I speak for all of our staff when I say thank you for sharing your amazing children with us. They are bright and beautiful. They are smart and talented. They are kind and creative. And you have every reason to feel puffed up with pride as you sit out there in that audience tonight and look at your beautiful children graduating. So without further ado, I'm going to move us into the evening. It's my pleasure to introduce to you our guest speaker for tonight. Tonight we're joined by Rob Dees, who is a good friend to Capitol High. Rob is a musician and a poet, and he has supported the students at Capitol High in the creation and recording of their spoken word projects, work that our students felt deeply connected to and deeply proud of. So please join me in welcoming Rob to the stage.
How's it going? Everybody cool? All right, I'm in the social media. Graduates, I need to take a picture first. So everybody smile, okay? Got it? I got you. This side too. Alex, I see you over there. Same after. Okay, so I want to talk specifically to the graduates, but I think this is something that everyone will be able to feel. First of all, I want to thank Capitol High for having me, for giving me the opportunity to share with these kids, to help them to be able to dream and think about other things. Brian, Jen, the entire staff, just want to thank y'all for letting me come in and do this. It was really cool. So let's get into it. Do you remember when you were a little baby? For me, I can remember back the first time that like my mother and my auntie took care of me and I started getting on their nerves. Because the first thing that they did was they laid me down on the ground and they put a piece of paper in front of me. I'm sure that some of you might remember that instance, that you got a piece of paper. Some of y'all sniffed it. You probably looked up at whoever was taking care of you like, why can't I smell nothing? Some of y'all ripped it. Just to hear the sound that it made, it was either the coolest thing ever or it frightened you. Some of y'all even tried to eat it. Don't front. Don't front. And it was crazy. Because all this piece of paper, it got wetted down and it became like this whole spit-wad thing. And somebody had to come to you and open up their hand like, spit it out. Now, spit it out. Now, chances are whoever it was, eventually they had to reach up in your mouth and take it out because you probably didn't know you would choke on it if you kept going at it. But basically the thought is this: one piece of paper in your world is limitless. But now I want to fast forward you to the fact that when you went from a baby to being a kid, and whoever it was that was still taking care of you, they would sit you down again with the same kind of piece of paper. But there's a difference. See, now that you were a little bit older and you grew, you got a pen or a pencil to go with your piece of paper. Some of y'all made really long pencil strokes all over that piece of paper. And chances are somebody told you, that's so cute. And you smiled from ear to ear, being all happy, not knowing whether what you had no clue, what you drew. But you smiled because in your head, it seemed like everyone would understand it was a dragon that was saving the fairy princess, that was in the castle, that was made by the Transformers. Everybody should know that. Some of y'all made dots on a piece of paper. And how dare somebody not know that that was an outline of a drawing that you made of Barack Obama? You made it a point to fill up the page to paint a picture. But then there are certain times when you messed up the picture. You want to do a long stroke, but instead you drew a dot, and now your dragon started to look like a giraffe. And you said to yourself, the picture can't end up like this. What are you supposed to do? Then it hits you. You turn the page over and you start again. You make the adjustments that you learned from one side and you go and you make a better picture. The dots become strokes and some strokes become dots. The point is you get another chance. It's kind of like life. See, as of this day, all of y'all are adults. All of y'all. You have had up until this point to make a practice picture. And you made some decent pictures. Some of y'all have poked holes in your pieces of paper. Some of y'all have pieces of paper that have left marks. But guess what? You are now an adult. It's time to turn over the paper. You made it this far with the help of people that care about you. Your family, your friends, your teachers, your counselors, your boyfriends, your girlfriends, even people that we would never know about. And with their help, you've made it to this point. Now that the paper is turned over, it's time to make your masterpiece. All of your pain, all of your frustrations, all of your setbacks, all the letdowns, if it ain't killed you, which it hasn't, it has only trained you to make a masterpiece. The picture is your life. It is going to be a picture where your family doesn't have to talk about the what ifs. They could finally have a moment to sound like the Drake song, talk about, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you one thing. You may not have all the training. Your road might not have had the clearest path. But guess what? You've made it. Let your heart guide your hands and go make it. There are people that are going to hate on you. Never mind them. Go out and make it. You listen to the voice inside you that says, you can do this. You go out and you make it. For the people that tell you you can't, you will. You go out and you make it. You may not understand the road that you're on. Heck, you might not even understand where you're going sometimes. But guess what? You keep working on this masterpiece. Therefore, you make it a point to make it. You want to know why? Because you are a masterpiece. You are a work of art that one day the world will step back and admire. You are the people that some have written off, but you're also the person that dictates the art on the paper. Make your story. Make your art. Your life is artwork. Don't trip on the extra stuff. Keep your focus. You have the skills. Now it's up to you and go out and make it. There are people waiting on your artwork. Go and make it. Congratulations, class of 2017.
All right, we're going to begin with our student speakers tonight. All of our students spent part of second semester working on writing and delivering speeches. And I've had the pleasure of hearing some of those personally in my office, and looking forward to having a couple of our students share their graduation speeches with everyone here tonight. So Jordan Wills, will you come on up and be our first speaker?
I'm scared. Oh my God. Okay. It has been an exciting first year for seniors, and here we are ready to graduate as the first class of Capitol High. I would like to start off with some words from someone we all know, Winnie the Pooh. He once said, "How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard?" That is how I feel today. We worked really hard to get to this point, but none of us did it by ourselves. We owe a lot of thanks to the people who helped us along the way, to our teachers, Christina and Eric. Thank you for unselfishly sharing your time, talent, and knowledge with us. Yes, it was your job to do so, but what you did for us went beyond the call of duty. You took the time away from your day and away from your family to be with us, and to grade our assignments and to put things together. You also took the time to help us whenever we needed it and to explain yourself more than once until we understood. You motivated us and challenged yourself as teachers to make sure you got us to where we needed to be, and made sure you were going to graduate. Make sure we were going to graduate on time. Thank you for helping us figure out what we wanted to do with our futures and getting us ready for college. You demanded excellence by setting the bar high, and we lived up to the challenge. You may not know it, but you have played one of the biggest roles in our life. You have opened our eyes to the world and gave us the confidence we needed. Someone once said, "The influence of a good teacher stays with us. They are the people who really shape our lives," and I think that quote really does fit with our teachers, because they definitely had a big impact on us. To Barb, thank you for being a person we could rely on when we needed your support in class or for anything else. Thank you for taking care of us and cleaning up after us. You should definitely get an award or medal. To our guidance counselor, Marianne, school psychologist, Aaron, social worker, Megan, and positive behavior support coach, Rick. Thank you for always listening to us, good or bad, and helping us to make plans that kept us on track for graduation. Without you and your support, some of us would not be sitting here today waiting to receive our diplomas. To our principal, Ms. Stocksglover, and our assistant principal, Miss Mary. Thank you for being so much more than a principal to the students, for always having our backs, for believing in us, and for being good role models. Your words of encouragement and advice have definitely helped most of us to where we are today. To the world, you may just be principals, but to us, you are heroes. To our classmates, thank you for being a part of our journey and for encouragement during the long run that was high school. Thank you for the adventures we shared and the differences you each made in our lives. So remember, just as you did in our high school journey, as we go forward, make the most of every moment you are given, keep striving to reach your goals, and keep on keeping it real. I'm still going. To our parents and families, thank you for supporting us in more ways than it's possible to count. You gave us the support we needed to build a dream to chase after, and also believe that we had the talent to reach our goals. You as parents and families have made us all realize that we are worth everything in this world, and we should never settle for less than what we deserve. Also, thank you for making us realize that we can put more time into our work and improve our performance as a result. Thank you for showing us what hard work looks like, for showing us that nothing comes easy, and that countless hours of blood, sweat, and tears does really pay off. Thank you for teaching us that we had priorities and for being one of our biggest role models and motivation. You definitely gave us the strength to stand up for ourselves and to expect nothing less than the very best. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made and the dreams you had to let go just to give us a shot at achieving ours. We all owe our parents and families a big thanks because they have been the ones who supported us on our journey and through life and school. There aren't enough words There aren't enough words to, I'm just gonna, there aren't enough words to express our appreciation, but I think this is a good start. As you can see, behind each person in the cap and gown, we're a huge support system graduates. Huge support system. Graduates, we made everyone proud by getting this far, but we can't stop here. We must continue to make them proud and have a legacy, leave a legacy. High school was only the beginning of our lives, but we have a whole future in front of us, and the possibilities are endless. Now is the time for us to shine, the time when our dreams are within reach and possibilities are the vast. Now is the time for all of us to become the people we've always dreamed of being. I will now conclude with this quote. Learn to let go of the past and recognize that every day won't be sunny, and when you find yourself lost in the darkness and despair, remember it's only in the black of night and that you see the stars, and those stars will lead you back home. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, to stumble and fall, because most of the time, the greatest rewards come from doing the things that scare you the most. Maybe you'll get everything you wish for, maybe you'll get more than you could ever have imagined. Who knows where life will take you? The road is long, and in the end, the journey is the destination. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2017, you did it.
Thank you, Jordan. Our next student speaker is Miss Michaela Morales.
Just me standing here has made an impression on you, whether it be good or bad. And I guess you just made an assumption that I'm mixed with black and white or black and something. Because, oh, you speak English well. Pero yo soy joven, latina y poderosa. I am young, Latina, and powerful. So yes, I speak Spanish, and yes, I understand Spanish, but no, I will not speak Spanish for you. I'm not just some tape player that you can play when you want and stop on demand. My words can move mountains and stop injustice. My words even start movements. And I'm not just talking about injustice among Latinos, but against all persons of color, whether it be blacks, Asians, islanders, natives, and so on. We are not stereotypes. When we all walked into high school, we thought that it would be a breeze. Simple, just like High School Musical, right? Not exactly. We would walk into a space that would end up categorizing us, whether we were the cool kids, nerds, athletes, or athletes. They also put us into a stereotypical box based on the race you are. Oh, you're Hispanic, you go here. Oh, you're black, you'll end up here. Oh, you're Asian. Oh, you're white. No matter what it was, we were put into a stereotypical box. Some of us set up to fail. I went to 2 other high schools from my freshman to sophomore year. Halfway during my freshman year, I felt like I didn't fit. There was no diversity. And the other half of my freshman year and sophomore year, I moved to a different school, and I felt like they didn't really care about me. They were more concerned with the kids who were jocks and the kids who made the school known. Since nobody at the school kept track of me, I got into a lot of trouble. I started skipping and going to the mall, or I just sat in class with my head down, and most of the time I would be sleeping. One of my fellow students and I started hanging with the wrong people who were not really our friends. They didn't care whether or not we were making the right choices. I was clueless to how my actions would affect me in the future. Worst of all, I disappointed the one person that was always there for me, my mother, and I do apologize for the decisions that affected both you and I. I love and appreciate you with all my heart. We all got to this point in our high school careers and decided we had to do something. We had to break out of this stereotypical box in order to be successful. At Capitol High West, that is all we were about, breaking out of that box and becoming our own version of successful. We are tenacious. We had graduation on our minds 24 hours every single day that we attended school. When we missed out, we came back determined to learn and get our work done. They believed in us when no other school did. We are a group who want to be teachers, chefs, nurses, lawyers, psychologists, dentists, mechanics, and politicians, and so much more. One of my fellow graduates said, "I've been at Work and Learn / Capitol High for 2 years now, and I can honestly say I wouldn't be where I am without them." Meaning, Capitol High West helped him get where he wants to be, graduating. Capitol High has also helped us begin our futures. After high school, I will go to MATC for 2 years for basic classes and transfer to a bigger college to get my bachelor's in science of nursing. I wouldn't have figured that out without their help, and for that, I am truly grateful. We have had our ups and downs, but we have got through them all, just like a very dysfunctional family would. Take a look around us. We broke out of that box. We did it.
Thank you, Michaela, and thank you again, Jordan. We are deeply grateful for you lending your student voice to our celebration tonight. So we are at the time in the ceremony when we are ready to confer some certificates of graduation. I would like to invite Ms. Anna Moffett and Ms. Nikki Vandermeulen from the Madison School District School Board to come up and join us. And we will begin our ceremony with Ms. Christina and Ms. Jen.
Tyra Ampey. Lydia Serpa Bastida. Kaylee Bowe. Kanina Davis. Alex Driver. Douglas Fisher. Elda Garcia. Liliana Garcia. Dajanique Gladney. Roberto Gonzalez. Michael Haskin. Eduardo Hernandez. Alexis Jensen. Quentin Jones. Keishanae Cahill. Alex Kroninger. Saritha Lofton.
Thank you.
Moshe Long. Terrence Longino. Darnasia Lewis.
I was for the crowd.
Sienna Looper Thomas. Edwin Luna. Dunia Madrid. Shakiria Martin.
Thank you.
Austin Meyer. Marquez Miller. Isabel Morales. Michaela Morales. John Morris. Ashanti Phipps. Jesse Reyes. Candace Richardson. Carmeletta Richardson. Alexander Rios. Jonathan Roberts. Congratulations. Ramel Rogers. Maria Rojas Flores. Jose Rojo. Fabiola Salcedo. Congratulations. Kevin Scott. Kaisha Terry. Ana Valverde. Shantae Bazin. Cody Vogel. Alexander Wanek. Kanaya Washington. Serena, aka Leo Washington. Maya Weaver. Jordan Wills. Angelique Young.
All right. All right. One more big round of applause for the class of 2017. So I'm going to ask Ms. Darnasia Lewis to come up here and give us a closing speech. Take us forward, girl.
Hold on. Okay, y'all, so I'm kind of nervous. I mean, not real, I'm real nervous. So I got this. Edward Coach once said, "The fireworks begin today. Each diploma is a lighted match, and each of us is a fuse." My name is Darnasia Lewis, and I am one of the 53 Capitol High fuses ready to light this world up in the most beautiful way. This year has been a year of firsts for all of us, staff and students alike. To name a few, this is the first year Capitol High has been in existence. It's the first year the West Side has been in a new building, and it's the first year that our school has had grades 9 through 12 in one building. And it's the first year seniors had the opportunity to earn 9 college credits. Now, I'm not gonna lie, experiencing all of these firsts were hard at times. We had a lot of make it work moments, and we had to figure it out as time went along. but we never let our sparks die out. Through demonstrating respect, empathy, tenacity, humor, integrity, and collaboration, we let our light shine and we achieved what we have been working for towards the past 13 years of our lives, which is now graduation. But it doesn't end here. I'm sorry. Now we're ready to start a spark in the health field as future CNAs and doctors. We're ready to light a fire for our youth as future teachers, mentors, and guidance counselors. We are ready to show the world our true colors as engineers, IT software developers, video game designers, culinary artists, and we're ready to show our ingenuity as automotive technicians, engineers, carpenters, welders, and electricians. We're ready to light up the stage as musicians, cosmetologists, performers, and motivational speakers. And we are ready to be the change we wish to see in the world as law enforcement officials, parole officers, lawyers, and members of the military and politicians. We're going to light up the world with our beautiful fireworks display because these 53 wonderful, inspiring, creative fuses are ready to go out with a bang.
All right, Miss Jen, will you please do the honors?
You guys ready? Okay. Graduates, please stand. Hey. Okay. The turning of the tassels signifies the end of one chapter of your life and the beginning of another. So at this time, graduates, please turn your tassels from right to left so we can proudly say that you are the first graduating class of Capitol High 2017.
All right, everyone, we hope that you will join us in celebrating our graduates as they process out and in our reception afterwards. So good evening, graduates, and thank you, families and friends, for joining us.